For anyone not familiar with teasers, it's when you get an additional allotment of points to parlay with two or more bets. So the standard is a 6-point teaser, which would mean a 8-point favorite will become a 2-point favorite. A 2-point underdog will become an 8-point underdog. Stuckey has a lot of great content out about teasers and which key numbers you want to tease through and all that good stuff. So if you Google Stuckey teasers, you'll find all of it. But where are you going with your teaser for this week, Stuck?
Yeah, let's go with a classic to close out the regular season. Anytime that you can tease through 3 and 7, either a underdog up or a favorite down in a low scoring game, those are ideal 2-team 6-point teasers. So let's go with the Minnesota Vikings down from 7.5 to 1.5. And look, I mean, there's not much to say about this game. The Bears are clearly trying to tank. They're starting Nathan Peterman, who's a historically bad quarterback, one of the worst of all time, EPA per play. And I think Malik Willis is the only one worse. And they have a historically bad defense. I mean, it is bad. So Vikings should be able to get back on track here. They play at 1. They still have incentive. I'm sure they want to get that taste out of their mouth from last week. They also could move up to the 2 seed. And the Bears are playing Nathan Peterman. Need I say more? And then let's pair the Vikings with the Browns, tease them up from +2.5 to +8.5 against the Steelers. Look, Steelers have been covering machines of late, but they've also been pretty fortunate in late game. Like they've had a number of fourth quarter miraculous comebacks and scores in the final minute against the Raiders, the Ravens. There's a couple other games where they outscored their opponent 10-0 in the fourth quarter as well. So I think they had value about a month and a half ago, and because they had a gauntlet of a schedule. Now I think it's the opposite. I think that they're finally overvalued because they need to win. This fits that scenario that I talked about earlier. Browns are eliminated, playing their rival. But I think this line's a bit inflated after the Steelers have had a pretty easy stretch here over the past month plus. And most importantly, you already laid out the case for the under. This should be a lower scoring game. I could take the Browns from 2.5 to +8.5. It was also nice to see Watson, who had to deal with, he obviously had a lot of rust. He also had to deal with a lot of nasty weather conditions. He finally was productive in that second half against Washington last week. So I think that he can carry over some of that momentum. I'll make Pittsburgh and Kenny Pickett beat me by 10 plus here, which I don't think happens. So yeah, let's go Minnesota, Cleveland.
Yeah, I like Minnesota as well. As you mentioned, it looks like the Bears are trying to tank. I know they're saying, Fields had some hip issues, this and that, but realistically at this point.
But even if they're not trying to tank, just playing Nathan Peterman with that, their whole team is just Fields running. That's it. They're playing Nathan Peterman with that defense. Like, they could try as hard as they want. This could be a 180% max effort game. And the Vikings stink. They're down the bottom 5 DVOA, but it still won't be enough.
Oh, these Vikings, man. Every week is just an adventure with the Vikings. Yeah, I'm going with the Vikings as well. And I'll go Miami up from +1 to +7. I know it's kind of usually, the Jets, now they're eliminated. The Dolphins still have reason to win, but Skylar Thompson's going to start here. And I still think, last time
not Mike Glennon. You don't think they're going to go?
I mean, maybe they do. Maybe they do. Maybe both get in. I kind of hope it's Thompson, but the last time they played, it was.
I think you're in trouble if it's Glennon from judging what we saw from Glennon
obviously,
last week.
But I just, Jets coming off the, getting eliminated. I just think, maybe they win the game, but 7 still a lot for them. There still could be a letdown. This is not a team that's very experienced with that kind of thing. And Miami having already kind of been in this situation and it got away from them in the fourth quarter. Miami still has a lot of talent at the skill positions, so this is the kind of team I, don't mind teasing up. I mean, even look what happened last week against the Patriots. Patriots kind of controlled that game well, not even controlled the game. They took the lead in the second half and looked like they were going to cover by the big number. And then, Miami gets a score late. I think you could see something similar here. So I'll take, wouldn't bet the Dolphins at whatever it is, +1. But don't mind them at 7 here. Anytime I can get, Tyreek and Waddle and McDaniel against at like 7 at home. I'll take it. So give me the Dolphins teased with the Vikes. You got the Vikes teased with the Browns, 1.5 to 8 and 8.5. I got Vikings 1.5, Dolphins to 7.